lots of waves, much higher. The winter is coming. More surfers. Paradise, but dangerous. Maybe it's difficult to hear because of the noise of the waves, but that's okay. You just listen to the sound of the waves and meditate. Let's meditate. We go through difficulties in life, like a turmoil. Feel like in the middle of the washing machine. If you have done surfing, you know it. Little mistake and you jump into the water and tumbled up. The other day I was watching YouTube, big wave surfing at Waimea Bay, not too far from here. Actually walking distance. It's crazy. I also watched, I think, Laird Hamilton. Maybe my pronunciation is not good. He's a big wave surfer. Unbelievable, the spirit to challenge, to go through not just the danger, it's a life and death situation. Perhaps it's much more for men than women. I don't know if that's the relationship we see. Higher percentage of men in the prison compared to women. Maybe the ratio of 80 to 20 or maybe more for men to be in prison. The craziness to challenge. I have some of that. I say, if there's a will, there's a way. I was watching a documentary of Einstein, and I learned a lot about his life, his persistent nature, and he said he can stay longer on the program. That's the difference. He sees himself in what he explored. We can say the same thing for the Buddha, challenging spirit. I'm going to spend some time in the Zen temple. I've done something like that, also with Vipassana. Many times. I have signed up, but I have this thought, why am I doing this? Curiosity, challenge, know more about myself. I cannot logically explain. Perhaps like those surfers going through the big wave, it's beyond the logic. The nature make it such that some people have the tendency of this or tendency of that. But one of my tendencies is curiosity, asking the question of why, like a little kid. Why? When the wave is very big, I won't be here. But it could be quite interesting. Even right now, just looking at the waves. Amazing power of nature. There's a rainbow. I feel like I'm getting sucked into it, in this nature. I am a representation of nature. With some odd mind playing its own neurological process. But also amazed to see the wonder of nature, like a little kid. I think it was Newton who said, talking about his life, compared to the man walking on the beach, picking up the stone, and said something like, he only know a tiny bit of what this nature is. Curiosity is part of the nature. Try this, try that. Like waves, one after the other. But part of nature is that we can rest, sleep, relax, reflect, and sort out what this life is, or what the next challenge is, or how to have peace. It's like waves pounding in the brain, one after the other. But underneath those brain activities, silently, the nature is just processing what it does. As much as Einstein, Newton, and surfers may experience and discover something, Buddha or those spiritual leaders have shared their experiences. And to show what we may be able to break through the limitation of our mind. Pounding, pounding, like waves coming one after the other. Wow, that's a big one. Splashing way up high on the rock. Let's look at it. Maybe I cannot show you. This is not the big one. The wave comes as a set. Big ones, big ones, big ones, and then getting smaller. And after 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, there's another big one coming. The rainbow is gone. This one's a little bigger now. And more. Now I'm becoming quiet. Wow, there's another big one coming. No, not so big, but let's take a picture. You have a good day. May all beings be happy.